The most often question I encounter from clients is that they know what their MBTI type is, but in communicating and being with other people, they're interested in knowing what the other person's MBTI type is. That way, it aids them in their communications, decision makings, and even working with other people. There are ways to tell what type other people are, and you can identify them through some conversational cues. An extrovert is somebody who's going to really use a rapid speech. They like to talk things out verbally. They almost seem to be thinking aloud all the time. They may often interrupt, even in the middle of somebody else's thought. And they tend to use louder voices. Remember that extroverts, they like to be the center of attention. They are verbal processors. In contrast to the introverts who like to pause, they need quiet. And many times when conversing with an introvert, you'll find that it's helpful as an extrovert to make a comment and count to maybe 1, 2, 3 before you start again. That gives an introvert an opportunity to process momentarily and respond. An introvert also tends to use a quieter voice volume, and they are very quick to make their point. They use shorter sentences. Your sensing preference looks for specifics. They want step-by-step information or instructions or details or directions. They most commonly are going to ask what something is and how something is or how to do something. They want precision in everything. They will be a person who might come back to you 15 times and say, I don't really understand this. It's very vague to me. Will you tell me more about? Why? Because they want all those details. They want things to be perfect by understanding those details. In contrast, you have a more whole picture of an intuitive type. This is someone who wants the purpose. They want to see the big picture. They want all the possibilities. And the most question that they're going to ask the most often is going to be why? Why does this exist? Why do I need to know it? Why am I going to learn it? Why am I going to use it? And they tend to talk more in generalities. They don't care as much about those specifics. The thinking-feeling spectrum is a spectrum between logic and people. So when we look at those that are on the thinking preference, they're people who are looking at those logical implications. They're always testing themselves. They're testing your knowledge. They want objectivity. They want facts. They want figures. They want evidence. And they're really unimpressed when a majority says, this is what I'm going to do. They don't care so much what the majority is going to say. They instead want to know what the truth is. They want the facts. And their conversations generally have a pattern, and it's an if-then pattern. If ... happens, then the consequences will be ... right? Impact on people is for the feeling types. Remember, their foundation of life needs to be built upon harmony. Harmony is what everything's about for them. They're going to work about harmony for themselves, harmony for other people, harmony in their relationships, harmony between their decisions and what they value. They want to know how other people act and what they have done. And it really matters to them what other people think and what they may have done in a similar situation. Looking at judging and perceiving, we're looking about how they really deal with that outer world, right? Your judging person likes the closure. They have a preference for it. They get a joy out of it. When they make a decision, it's a euphoric feeling to them. In contrast, the perceiver has that great joy through the process. They want to collect as much information as they can, and their endorphins really rise as they are gathering as much information as they can. So when we talk about the judging preference, these are people that are very impatient with long descriptions and procedures. And sometimes you get the feeling that they're trying to work too quickly, or they want you just to hurry up and make a decision. Because of this, they tend to decide prematurely on some topics. This is because they enjoy the closure. They're closure oriented. In contrast, your perceivers are processing oriented. So if it seems like someone wants more space to think things through, or maybe they'll say, let's explore this, or what other options are there? What can we consider? This is somebody who is really perceiving focused. They are interested in gathering as much information as possible, and because that, they feel like they never have quite enough conversation. and they never have enough information. They're going to gather it everywhere they can, and then they may decide at the very last moment what is most important. As you're communicating with other people, look for these cues. Maybe keep a little 3x5 card with you, especially when you're dealing with conflict. What cues can you pick up, and how does that preference process information and make decisions differently than you?